Hiya, just thought I'd come live onto Instagram. I suppose that's the big thing. The only thing I'm missing on Facebook is being able to just connect with my audience and offer a meditation, do an angel card reading, etc. So other than that, it's actually quite a relief to be off Facebook. It's just the only thing I guess that I'm missing is the connection of sharing my insights. So I just wanted to come on tonight just to say that the last few weeks for everybody who's on any level awakened or going through the awakening process, it's a really, really, really challenging time. And certainly for me and many others I know, certainly for me, it feels like a time of no time. Hi guys, it feels like a time where I'm just sitting almost in the abyss. I'm not planning for anything, I'm not wanting for anything, I'm not feeling excited for anything. There's been this real kind of just literally feeling like nothing. Anger has been coming up. When I said feeling nothing, I meant feeling nothing that I want to do or achieve or create. Just experiencing lots and lots of emotions coming up. So there's been sadness coming up, sadness that you can just feel in your gut, like your body's just crying, like the cells in your body are just crying. Anger has been coming up so much. Frustration at living in this alternate reality where you're just walking through the street and you look out and there's just these people walking through the street with their face nappies on their own in the fresh air, or you go into town and there's kids with masks, and it's really hard. It's heartbreaking when you can see and when you know that this is about the Great Awakening and the war between good and evil, and you see other human beings who are falling for the deception. So it's so hard at the moment. So I just wanted to come on tonight and just remind you that this is the most incredible, miraculous time that we could have chosen to come here in our bodies and be here to go through this time in history. Because if you think about this, in 10 or 20 years' time or 50 years' time, when they look back at what we went through, like the humans will go, my God, what they went through for us to be where we are now. My God, we are those humans that are going through this time. And what happened today was the energy shifted from a very dense, sticky energy, which sometimes becomes very amusing because if you can see it from that perspective, you can see the funny side of it. You know, when you laugh, you don't have to laugh at the people so they can hear you, but when you see what's going on and you can't stand it anymore and you just have to laugh, underneath all of that and underneath all the sadness and grief, it's so important to remember that any growth, any ascension requires that we see all of it, the dark and the light. And you cannot see those shiny twinkly stars unless you have the night sky. So the polarity is key. And what I've taught for so many years now in my heart circles is meeting the darkness, is meeting the shame within ourselves, meeting the parts of us that we don't like, meeting the parts of us that we keep in the dark, that we hide away, that we don't want people to see. And we only show our great side, our good side, our fun side, our high side. In fact, a friend of mine whose life suddenly ended, a very close friend of mine whose life ended on this plane about 4 years ago, she used to say to me, Shakti, she said, I hate that people only want to be around me when I'm fun. She was a real fun girl, as I am. And when she wasn't being fun, people didn't want to be around her. I did, because I really understood her. It's really important that we really meet all the parts of ourselves, because it doesn't need all of us to wake up. It only needs about 10% of us to actually wake up and raise the consciousness of the planet to pull everyone up with us. We don't know how long in terms of time this is going to take, but all we can really keep on doing is doing our own inner work. And it was something I spoke about right from the beginning, was about doing the inner work, and I was sharing the meditations, I was being strong, and I was, out there, putting myself out there to support people like I've always done. And yeah, over the last few months, I found that I had to actually pull away. I finished doing my mentorship, I think finished at the end of April. And I just realised that I needed to turn inwards and do my own work again. We can't keep on giving. We have to come back to ourselves. So I would be in this place of like just navigating through this time, because none of us have ever been through anything like this before in our lives. And hopefully we never will again, because as we go through this, we are going to experience more and more heaven on earth, more 5D. But right now, it really feels like we are in the thick of it, and that it is going to get more and more and more challenging. So it's really important that we keep ourselves very grounded and, listen to the teachers, listen to people out there, but also be quiet, spend some quiet time. It's so important to be in nature. So important. In fact, I met Mother Nature. Oh, the dog wants to come in. Ziggy wants to come in. I met Mother Nature. Hello, Ziggy. Come in, baby. I met Mother Nature in a way that I have never connected with her before. It was stunning. It was about 3 weeks ago. And I saw the trees, and I met the trees in a way that I have never, ever connected with them before. And it was just stunning. And the sensation I got was that no matter what we are going through, Mother Nature is constant. She is just constantly there, supporting us, holding us, being with us, loving us. And so one of the greatest things you can do for yourself is just to get out in nature every single opportunity that you have. But the other thing I want to say is learning how to ride the storm, learning how to be in that abyss where you feel like you're not going to come out of it. You might feel heavy, you might feel sad, you might feel depressed, you might be worrying about where your life is going, what you're going to do, you've lost your job, you want to leave your job, you want to leave your partner. And it's really important at some stage to take action, but it's also really okay to be in a place of just nothingness that doesn't feel very good. That is okay to be in that place. And one of the great disservices I think that the New Age brought us was this idea that everything is all light and fluffy and everything is all happy and stardust. Because that's not consciousness, that's not awakening. That is a symptom of the false narrative, really, that the New Age gave us, and was just this kind of spiritual bypassing of allowing everything to be held and seen and witnessed and felt. This is about feeling. This is about feeling. So allowing all of the feelings, even when they feel really fucking uncomfortable. So yeah, that's really what I was just called in to come and say this evening was just be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to sit in this not knowing, in this nothing, in this depressed, in this sad, grief, anger, division, resentment for, your life being put on hold, whatever. Just allow yourself to feel it and breathe deeply, and maybe practice some yoga or go to a stand in the park. All over the world, loads, over 500 stands in the UK alone. We meet on a Sunday morning. Meet with like-minded people. It is so important to have community around you, to have like-minded souls around you, and know that this too shall pass, and know that 5D consciousness is available to you in every single now moment, because we're literally living between the two worlds at the moment. But the gross density of the third dimension matrix is very difficult right now. I'm finding it more difficult than in this whole experience, if you like, over the last 15 months or however long it is. It's probably the most challenging for me now, the last couple of weeks, to be in that fifth dimension. And yet I went away I was fortunate enough, I got to that stage in my life where, I kind of shut my business down, because I've now, I'm teaching online, and I've really made the decision that I don't want to be around the communities that are buying into the mainstream agenda. It's not serving me, and it's not serving where I'm going. It doesn't make sense, but it's just a gut feeling. So even myself, in terms of my work, if you like, is in a very kind of like unstable place. And thank you for the hearts. I didn't even know you could do hearts on Instagram. So that's that's a lesson. That's a learning, that you can send a heart on Instagram. So thank you. The only support I feel we can really have, especially if you live on your own. I've got a wonderful dog that's been my best mate at the moment, but the real stability is the inner knowing that you are free. You are free. You are free. You are free to choose your thoughts. You are free to believe what you want to believe. You are free to choose how you nourish your body. You are free to love yourself more than anyone else will ever love you. You are always free. And that's a really important message to remind yourself throughout this. If you feel that your world, your work, your relationships, your friendships are rocky, are falling away, you always have that inner knowing that you are freedom. That's what you are. You are a free spirit, and you can be whoever you want to be. You don't need to buy into the idea of who you thought you were, but buy into the truth that you can be who you want to be, and you are becoming who you are meant to be, as long as you keep remembering that you can choose to be who you want to be, and that you have been so programmed in your life that you're unaware of that conditioning that has set you down this path of your life that you call your life. And yet this great awakening is allowing you to actually see things just kind of crumble away. And it feels scary, and it feels unsafe, and it feels frightening, and it feels destabilizing. But when you remind yourself that you are free and that you can be who you want to be, and the right people will always come along, the angels will just hold you high. But you've also got to remember that you, like I said in the beginning earlier, that you've got to also Allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, whether it's feeling lonely, depressed, sad, angry, bitter, resentful, whatever it is that you're feeling. And then what starts to happen is, as we allow more of our self to be felt, we actually love ourselves more. We have more compassion for ourselves, and we have more compassion for others. And trust me, I have done the work over the last 7 or 8 years. I have done so much work, and that's the work that I love to offer. And so over the next sort of coming months, when it feels right, and when the opportunities arise, I'm going to be teaching much more authentic communication and how to connect to your true nature, to your true self, and live from the heart as a free spirit who knows fundamentally as a human being that you are already free and you can be who you came here to be. Big love, and let me see if I can turn this live off. Thanks for watching.